Have you ever looked into another's eyes and felt as if they see a river flowing within you? A river you did not know was there, and in that moment of being truly seen, there is a tremor, a sense that they are not just looking at you, but reading a quiet truth you have been carrying your entire life. What if this feeling arises because your eyes are not merely windows? What if they are maps, a sacred blueprint of your soul's deepest path, broadcasting your journey to anyone who has learned the language of stillness? In my tradition, there is an understanding of the collective current, a shared river of human experience that connects us all. A silent discovery within this tradition connects the color of your eyes to the essential patterns of the soul, patterns that have guided beings for millennia. I will share with you what has been forgotten. The color of your eyes is not an accident of birth. It is not chaos playing with form. An ancient wisdom tells us your eye color is the physical echo of your soul's primary energy, the silent force that has guided every meaningful turn on your path, without your mind even knowing. Consider this. Have you not noticed how people with certain eyes seem to walk similar paths? How they share quiet qualities that are too deep for coincidence? How you can sometimes look at another and feel their very nature just from their gaze? The wisdom keepers of old knew this. They understood your eye color carries the story of your soul's purpose, the lesson you chose for this life, the specific energy you are here to offer to the great unfolding of humanity. But here is where a great sadness can arise. Most people live in opposition to this purpose. They build their lives fighting this deep inner current, and then wonder why there is no ease, why they feel apart from their own life, why they cannot find their people. If you have ever felt you are here for a deeper reason but cannot grasp its form, I invite you now to become still. The truths we are about to explore together may change the landscape of how you see yourself. This deep sense that there is more to your life, you are not imagining it. This feeling that you are here for a specific reason, a path you cannot quite name, it is not a fanciful thought. It is your soul attempting to speak with your mind in its own language, the language of patterns. The timeless wisdom speaks of these patterns, these deep imprints that exist in our shared current of consciousness. They are not simply ideas. They are living energies that shape our inner world, our connections, our work, and the way we seek for meaning. And within my lineage, it is taught that these patterns are connected to our physical form, most clearly in the color of our eyes. Here is the understanding that modern ways have set aside. Your eye color is a kind of spiritual signature. It is the universe's way of marking you with your dharma, your path of purpose. The patterns in your iris are not just reflecting light. They are a physical form of your soul's deepest intention. Think of every person who has ever looked into your eyes and seemed to understand something essential about you. Think about how certain eyes draw you near, while others make you quiet and watchful. This is not coincidence, it is recognition. The soul recognizing its own language in another. The ancient ones knew this. They believed the eyes were the seat of the spirit. Different eye colors indicated different kinds of inner work. Wise ones from traditions long past could sense a person's life path simply by studying the light in their eyes. They understood eye color reveals the spirit's chosen work for this life. But here is the challenge. The structure of the modern world has taught us to forget this knowledge. We are conditioned to see our eye color as meaningless, a roll of genetic dice. We are taught to ignore the wisdom our ancestors felt in their bones. The result: countless people wander through life feeling apart from their purpose. They try to force themselves into work, relationships, and ways of being that are against their own inner nature. They are tired, lost, and heavy, because every day they are fighting the current of their own soul. If you have ever felt like you are swimming against the stream of your life, that you are fighting an invisible current, take one quiet breath. You are about to discover its source. The truth is, your eye color has been quietly speaking to you of your purpose since the day you were born. But you have been taught to ignore its whisper. You've been taught to see your eyes as a feature, not the sacred map they truly are. Let us begin with the most misunderstood color in this inner landscape, the eyes of brown. If you have brown eyes, you have likely been told that brown is common, ordinary. This is one of the great illusions. Brown eyes carry the most profound path of all. Those with brown eyes walk what we call the path of the mountain. Their dharma, their life's work, is to be the grounding force for humanity. 8-2. 15 Phi, they are the ones who hold the quiet space for everyone else's journey, who provide stillness in chaos, the very foundation upon which all other paths can unfold. Hey 2-4, what makes the path of the mountain so powerful? The deep color in the iris creates a direct connection to what the old teachings call the primordial soil, the most ancient layer of human knowing. Brown-eyed people can access a wisdom that flows from the roots of the world. This is why they often feel like old souls. Hen 9 We, they carry the weight of ancestral knowing inside them. They are naturally drawn to heal, to teach, to nurture, and to protect. They have an unspoken ability to make others feel safe and seen, even strangers. Hey 427E, but here is the shadow of this path. Their soul's purpose makes them natural caretakers, which means they often forget their own needs while serving others. They become so focused on grounding everyone else that they lose touch with their own need for the sky. They give until they are empty, wondering why they feel drained even when surrounded by love. The practice for the brown-eyed soul is to learn the difference between being a stable mountain and being soil that is simply trampled upon. They are here to show us how to be rooted in deep wisdom while still reaching for the light. They are the bridge between earth and sky. Ancient traditions saw brown eyes as a sign of earth protectors. Have 15th in many spiritual paths. Brown eyes were the mark of souls who chose to be here, specifically to help humanity find its footing. It was said they could channel the wisdom of the earth itself. If you have brown eyes, you have probably noticed that people open their hearts to you. Strangers share their deepest stories. Friends seek your counsel. Animals and children are at ease in your presence. This is not chance. It is your nature creating a field of safety around you. But you must understand, your path is not to fix everyone. Your path is to be a living example of what it looks like to be deeply rooted in ancient wisdom while still growing toward your own light. You are here to show others how to be both grounded and free. If you have brown eyes and are feeling this recognition, notice the stillness in your own heart. See how many earth keepers are present here with us, all around the world. Quiet observation supports this. People with brown eyes are often seen as more empathetic, possessing what is called emotional intelligence and a wisdom-oriented nature. They often choose paths of service and maintain strong, stable relationships. Your brown eyes are not common, they are sacred. They are the mark of a soul that chose one of the most vital paths. To hold the space for humanity's becoming while continuing your own. Every time you look in the mirror, you are seeing the eyes of one who volunteered for the most important work in the great river of life. The eyes of blue represent a path that is deeply misunderstood. The path of the clear sky. If you have blue eyes, people may have called you intense or said they feel seen by your gaze. This is not about harshness. It is about your soul's path as a seer of what is true. The absence of deep pigment in blue eyes allows for a unique way of seeing. Light enters and reflects in a way that sharpens certain kinds of perception. Those on this path have a gift for pattern recognition. They can see through illusion, confusion, and false coverings more easily than others. He. This is why blue-eyed people often feel they can read the silent language of others. They can sense when a word does not match a feeling, when a person is hiding their true heart, when someone is wearing a mask. Hanantini, their dharma is to serve as a mirror of truth for the collective consciousness. E3, but here is the shadow of this path. This ability to see through illusion can make them feel separate, untrusting. They often perceive things about people that they wish they did not know. They see the space between the word and the truth, which can make connection feel shallow or difficult. The practice for blue eyes is to learn to use their clear sight in service of compassion, not of judgment. They are here to help others remove their masks, to connect with the truth of their own being. At 25E, they are the ones who can hold a space for another's whole truth, both the light and the shadow. Ancient traditions in the North saw blue eyes as a mark of the sky gazers, those who could perceive spiritual truths that were hidden from others. At 20E, some Celtic teachings held that blue-eyed children were born with the ability to see beyond the veil between the worlds. In many shamanic lines, the blue eyes were signs of a natural visionary. Hey 4E, if you have blue eyes, you may have noticed that people either feel instantly at ease with you or instantly guarded. There is rarely an in-between. This is because your energy invites people to meet their own truth. You create what could be called a field of clarity around you that makes it hard for others to maintain their masks. Inner observation confirms this pattern. Blue-eyed people are often drawn to analytical thinking, pattern recognition, and what some call deception detection. They often choose paths of inquiry, psychology, discovery, or any field that requires seeing through the surface to the currents below. Your blue eyes are not just a color. They are tools of consciousness. They are the mark of a soul who chose to serve as a living mirror for truth. Key 4:19. Every time you look at another, you are unconsciously searching for the authentic heart behind the persona. If you have blue eyes and have always felt you could see through the surface of things, take a moment now. Remember a time your inner knowing about someone proved true. Let us honor this ability to see clearly. But understand your path. Your work is not to expose everyone's untruths or to call out their masks. Your work is to create a safe space where people can set their masks down by their own choice. You are here to be a living example of authenticity, to show others that they do not need to hide their true heart from you. The world needs your clear sight now, more than ever. We live in a time of great illusion, manipulation, and connection that is only skin deep. Your blue eyes are your soul's way of marking you as one who can help others remember their own true face. Green eyes are the rarest of all, seen in very few people. But this rarity is not a coincidence, it is purposeful. 11. Those with green eyes walk the path of the sprouting seed. Their dharma is to be a catalyst for transformation in everyone they meet. The unique pattern of light and pigment that forms green eyes creates a unique inner landscape. Green-eyed individuals exist in a liminal space, a threshold between different states of being. They are natural bridge builders, able to help others move from one season of life to the next. Kate 3:27. Hey, this is why people with green eyes often feel they do not quite belong anywhere. They are too intense for some, too mystical for others, too earthly for the spiritual, too spiritual for the material. This is not a flaw, it is their design. They are meant to stand in the doorway between worlds. The purpose of green eyes is to serve as a spark for another's growth. Hey 3, they have an uncanny ability to enter a person's life at the very moment that person is ready for a great change. They ask the question that shatters an old world. They introduce the idea that changes everything. They create the space for breakthrough. But here is the shadow of this path. Their catalyst energy can make connections feel unstable. People are drawn to them with great intensity, experience a profound change, and then sometimes must pull away to integrate the new self that has emerged. Green-eyed people can feel as if they are constantly being left behind, just as a connection deepens. Old Celtic traditions saw green eyes as marks of the shapeshifters, beings who could help others transform their very nature. As 1628 ancient wisdom schools believed green-eyed people had special access to the energies of rebirth and renewal. If you have green eyes, you've likely noticed that your presence accelerates everything. People meet you and their lives begin to move. Old bonds break, new doors open, hidden truths come to the surface. You are like a lightning rod for the energy of transformation. Hey 2-3 observation of life reveals this. Green-eyed people score high in measures of creativity, adaptability, and what could be called change catalyst energy. They often find their way to counseling, the arts, or any work that involves helping others transform. If you have green eyes and have noticed that people's lives speed up when you are near, remember your most powerful story of transformation. Feel how many catalysts are gathered here. Your green eyes are not just rare, they are revolutionary. They are the mark of a soul that chose to serve as a living spark for human becoming. Every person you meet is potentially one breath away from a life-altering realization. Your very energy is designed to ignite that change. But understand this about your path. Your work is not to force change on others. Your work is to embody the energy of transformation so fully that others remember their own capacity to grow. You are here to be a living example of what it means to be always unfolding, always becoming more of who you truly are. The world needs your catalyst energy now more than ever. We live in a time when old structures are crumbling and new ways are seeking to be born. Your green eyes are your soul's way of marking you as one who can help others walk through the doorway of change with grace and courage. Hazel eyes present one of the most complex paths in this inner landscape, the path of the reflecting pool. If you have hazel eyes, you have probably been told they change color with your feeling, the light, or your clothing. This is not just a physical event. It is a reflection of your Dharma as a shape-shifter of consciousness. The unique blend of colors that create hazel eyes also creates a profound inner flexibility. Hazel-eyed individuals possess what we could call an energetic fluidity. They can access and embody multiple patterns of being, depending on what the moment asks for. They are natural adapters, capable of becoming the very mirror another person needs to see. Key 3, 8V. This is why people with hazel eyes often feel like they contain many selves. They can be the still mountain with one person, the clarifying sky with another, the sprouting seed with a third. This is not a lack of self. It is their spiritual gift. The path of hazel eyes is to serve as a mirror for another's potential. They have an uncanny ability to reflect back to people the very qualities those people most need to find in themselves. They see the hidden seed in another and help them see it too. Ha10 AP, but here is the shadow that those on this path must navigate. Their fluidity can make them feel as if they have no solid center. They can feel they are always adapting to others, and in doing so, losing touch with their own true self. They might ask, who am I when I am not reflecting for another? Ancient traditions viewed hazel eyes as the mark of divine mirrors, beings who could show mortals their own hidden light. He-5 Celtic wisdom held that hazel-eyed people had special access to the wisdom of the world tree, which connects all realms of being. Chatuan, in many deep traditions, hazel eyes were a sign of natural intuitive ability. If you have hazel eyes, you have likely heard people say that you help them see themselves in a new way. They say, you helped me realize, or I never saw that in myself until you showed me. This is your nature, creating what we call a field of potential. Observation confirms this. Hazel-eyed individuals often show high degrees of emotional connection, social adaptability, and the ability to recognize potential in others. They are often drawn to coaching, mentoring, and healing arts, any field that involves helping others recognize their own capabilities. If you have hazel eyes, and you have been told you helped someone see themselves differently, feel that story in your heart. Let us feel the presence of our community of divine mirrors. Your hazel eyes are not just changeable, they are channels of transformation. They are the mark of a soul who chose to serve as a living mirror for human potential. Every person you meet has the chance to see themselves more clearly in your reflection. Your very energy is designed to make that recognition possible. But here is what you must understand about your path. Your work is not to lose yourself in another's reflection, nor to become whatever they need you to be. Your work is to hold your own still center while being fluid enough to help others see their potential. You are here to model what it means to be authentically adaptable, to be true to your core while responding to what each moment asks. The world needs your mirror energy now. We live in a time when many have lost sight of their own potential, when they have forgotten their gifts. Your hazel eyes are your soul's mark, designating you as one who can help others remember who they truly are. Now that you understand your soul's pattern, here is the turn where many go astray. They believe this knowledge is just interesting information about their nature. They treat it like a label instead of seeing it as a map for their life's deepest work. Your eye color is not just describing who you are. It is revealing the energy you are meant to master in this life. Every challenge you have met, every deep connection, every path you have chosen has been your soul's way of guiding you toward your true purpose. Think of the moments in your life when you felt most full, most alive, most connected to something beyond your small self. Notice how these moments align with your soul's path. The brown-eyed soul who felt deeply fulfilled while holding space for a friend in crisis. The blue-eyed soul who felt a surge of life when they helped someone see a truth they had been avoiding. The green-eyed soul who felt truly themselves when they sparked a breakthrough in another. The hazel-eyed soul who felt most connected when they mirrored someone's hidden strength back to them. These were not accidents. These were moments of your soul recognizing its own dharma in action. But here is where the true practice begins. Most people have been living in resistance to their path. They have been trying to fit into the structures of the world instead of honoring the call of their soul. They have wondered why life feels so hard when they are simply fighting their own deepest nature. The brown-eyed soul told they are too sensitive and trying to be distant. The blue-eyed soul told they are too intense and trying to be shallow. The green-eyed soul told they are too much and trying to be smaller. The hazel-eyed soul told they are too changeable and trying to be rigid. This is why you have felt separate from your purpose. This is why relationships have felt like a struggle. This is why your work has felt empty. You have been trying to be someone else instead of becoming who you are. If you are finally understanding why certain parts of your being have always felt like you are moving against the current, take a moment to breathe. You are about to learn how to flow with your nature instead of against it. Here is your integration practice for the coming week. Pay attention. Notice the moments you feel most alive and full of energy. What are you doing? Who are you with? What energy are you bringing? These are the moments your soul's dharma is being lived. Then, pay attention to the moments you feel drained, heavy, or disconnected. Notice what you are doing and what you are trying to be. These are the moments you are working against your inner nature. The goal is not to rebuild your life in a day. The goal is to begin making small turns that honor your soul's path. Perhaps it means choosing to speak more truthfully if your eyes are blue. Perhaps it is allowing yourself to create stability for others if your eyes are brown. Perhaps it is embracing your role as a spark if your eyes are green. Perhaps it is accepting your fluid nature if your eyes are hazel. Your soul's path is not a box. It is a specialization. It is your soul's way of showing you where you have the most to offer, where you can have the deepest effect, and where you will find the truest fulfillment. The wisdom keepers of old understood this. They knew that each person's unique path was essential for the well-being of the whole. They knew that when each person lives their dharma, the entire human family thrives. Share this exploration with someone whose eyes have always held a certain quiet power for you. Help them discover their own path. And I invite you to share here what is the first small step you would take to honor your soul's true calling. This is not just about understanding yourself. This is about taking your place in the great unfolding of our world. Your eye color has been trying to tell you something essential about your purpose since the day you were born. Now that you know its language, you can finally stop fighting your nature and begin to flow with its current. The world needs you to walk your path. There are beings waiting for the gift only you can offer. There are transformations that can only happen through your unique energy. Your eyes have been broadcasting your soul's purpose your entire life. Now, it is time to answer the call.